This tutorial will describe how to create an expense report in Netsuite. Start by ensuring you're in the Skywater Employee Center role in the upper right here, and then select the Enter Expense Report button. This brings you to the expense report page. The purpose of your expense report, in this case, is a test order, but it could be a travel or a trip or employee dinner or customer dinner. The date is today. If it has to do with a customer, meaning like if you expense something that's going to get billed back to a customer, you would select them from this drop down here. You could start by typing the customer's name, and that will bring that up. If there's a project or activity that's associated with that expense, you can attach that from the drop down here. When it comes time to start entering the expenses, line item number 1, category, you can hit the list. And again, it brings a long list of items, employee morale, advertising. If you don't see it on this list, then you would select the next group of items from the large list. And so the way this works is this has split up the entire category, all the categories by alphabetical order. So all the categories between advertising and EPS bellows are located here. EPS cables to facilities are located here, and so on. So employee expenses, employee morale is one that we can select. Exchange rates 1, foreign amount not applicable, USA, dollars, the dollar amount, customer if it's relevant, memo, dinner out for team, and their names get added. The department needs to be selected here. It will default to your department. If it's something different, you'd change that. That's the location. Should be Skywater Technology Foundry. Attach a file. So this is for your receipts. And so if you have a receipt, you should hit the plus button here, and that will bring up the File Save menu. You can use this Choose File to browse to the location on your computer. That will bring up the File Manager like this, and then you just go through your directory and pick the file of your choosing by hitting the file and then hitting Open. You do need to select a folder. I created a folder called MML Receipts. You could create your own folder by going to the plus sign New, creating a folder name, and you could put it as a subfolder, but if you just put your folder name here, that will work. And then Add. You do need to have a file name, so whatever that is, receipt for dinner on 12/16, for example. All 3 of these have to have an entry before it will allow you to save the file. I'm going to cancel. You can add. Once you're done adding, you then hit the Save button. It is now in a state that you still have control as the originator, so until you hit the Submit button, you can still edit and make changes. So the total of what you're turning in is in the upper right here. This example is $100, but you still could go into the edit mode and add more lines, etc. But once you've decided that this is ready to go, you would then hit the Submit button, and that will launch it on the approval loop, which is different depending on the amount of money the expense report is for. It will always start with your manager that's set up in NetSuite. And then if there's a dollar amount that's above their approval limit, it may go to the CFO or the president, but always finishes with the controller. Okay, that's all for now.